The Annapurna Upanishad, Part 5. The fifth part consists of the first 40 verses of chapter 5, where the sage Ribhu continues with his discourse on liberation. The Upanishad. That person is said to be dead, whose mind is not given over to investigation all the time, whether he is awake or he is asleep, whether he is walking or he is standing. Know the spirit in itself to be of the nature of the light of right knowledge. It is fearless, it is neither subjugated nor is it depressed. The knower digests whatever food he eats. For him, everything is a hearty meal, even if the food is impure, even if the food is unwholesome, even if the food is defiled through contact with poison, even if the food is well cooked or it is stale. The wise know liberation to be the renunciation of all attachment. They know that non birth results from it. Therefore, O sinless one, give up attachment to objects and be liberated in life. And what is attachment? Attachment is held to be the impure impressions that cause reactions like joy and indignation when the objects a person seeks are present or absent. The latent impression that is present in the bodies of those who are liberated in life is pure. Such latent impression does not lead to rebirth, and it is untainted either by elation or by depression. O Nigad, pains and sorrows do not depress you. Joys do not elate you. Abandon servitude to desires. Be rid of your slavery to desires and be unattached. Remember, there is only Brahm alone who is undetermined by space and time, who is beyond the purview of is and is not, who is the pure, indestructible spirit, peaceful, inactive, and one. There is nothing else. Thinking like this, with a body that is at once present and absent, be liberated. Be the silent man. Be uniform with peaceful, inactive mind, delighting in the self, delighting in the Atma. There is neither mind stuff nor is there mind. There is neither the ignorance of non-knowledge nor is there Jeev. Only the one Brahm alone is manifest, like the sea, without beginning, without end. The illusory perception of the mind, etc., continues so long as the I sense, the sense of ego, is bound up with the body. Then objects are mistaken for the self. Then objects are mistaken for the Atma. And the sense of possession, the sense of ownership, expressed as this is mine, persists. O sage, the illusory perceptions of the mind, etc., vanish for the person who, through intervention, through introversion, through inward looking, internally burns up in the fire of the spirit the dry grass that is this threefold world. I am the self, that is the spirit. I am impartite. I am indivisible. I have neither cause nor effect. Through memory, remember your vast infinite form and do not be finitized. By means of chanting the mantra of spiritual science contemplated within, the deadly disease of craving dwindles, just as the mist dwindles in the autumn season. The sages hold that the best form of renunciation is that of latent impressions, by virtue of knowledge, is the status of aloneness, as it is pure universal being. Where latent impressions remain in solution, then that is the condition of deep sleep, which does not make for perception, which does not make for perfection. Where the impressions are seedless, that is the fourth state, the state that yields perfection. Even the slightest of residues of latent impressions, even the slightest of residues of fire, of death, of disease and adversaries, of attachment, of enmity and poison, affects one adversely. With the seeds of latent impressions consumed, and a person being conformed to universal being, with or without a body, a person does not suffer any longer. The decision, this is not Brahm, is the sum total of non knowledge, is the sum total of ignorance, whose extinction consists in the opposite decision that this is Brahm. Brahm is spirit, Brahm is the world, Brahm is the congregation of beings, Brahm is myself, Brahm is the adversary of the spirit, and Brahm is also the allies and the friends of the spirit. Once a person realizes that Brahm is all, then that person is Brahm indeed. Then one experiences the omnipresent spirit, that is peace. When the mind, which is the guide of unregenerate senses, ceases to operate in regard to the action, in regard to the alien, the immaculate, all pervading awareness that remains, that Brahm intelligence I am. I am that Brahm intelligence. Discard all speculations, discard all curiosity, discard all vehemence of feelings, and resort to the intelligent self, resort to the intelligent Atma. Therefore, intelligent beings with full knowledge, equanimous, with their minds rid of all attachment, neither applaud nor condemn either life or death. O Brahman, the vital breath has the ceaseless power of vibration. It always moves in this body with its ins and outs. The upgoing vital breath is placed above. In the same way, the down breath is stationed below. That best breath control that operates in the expert, whether he is awake or he is asleep, listen to an account of that for better being. Purak is the contact of the body with the up breaths that move forwards from the nostrils through the space of 12 finger breaths. Apan is the down breath. It is the moon that keeps the body in well being. O well disciplined sage, the up breath is the sun or the fire which warms the body internally. Resort to the spiritual identity of the down and up breaths that dwell near the point where the up breath dwindles and the down breath rises. Resort to that spiritual impartite, indivisible principle where the down breath has set and for a moment the up breath has not yet risen. Resort to that spiritual impartite principle at the tip of the nose where the breaths revolve before the down breath sets while the up breath has done so. These three worlds are only an appearance. They are neither existent nor are they non existent. The consequent renunciation of all concerned with respect to all of them, the wise maintain is right knowledge. Noble Brahmin, know that even this experience is disturbed by the mirror of the mind. Therefore, give up that too and be rid of all appearances. Uproot the fearful demon of the mind, which is detrimental to the essence of steadiness, and remain what you really are, steadfast. Remain steadfast. The spirit is beyond all cause and effect. It is likened to the boundless sky. It is incapable of confrontation by any real object. It remains at the end of all mental processes. The satisfaction that a person feels at the moment of desire is caused by that very desire itself. This satisfaction lasts only till discontent sets in. Therefore, reject desire. Reduce desire to desirelessness. Let conception cease. Let the mind grow into mindlessness in the process of your life without any attachment whatsoever. Acting through the sense organs, free from the force of latent impressions, like the sky, you would not alter or change even though there were to be 1,000 disturbances. Empirical life starts and subsides due to the activity and the inactivity of the mind. Through the suppression of latent impulses and the vital breath, reduce the mind to inactivity. Yes, through the suppression of latent impulses and the vital breath, reduce the mind to inactivity. This concludes the fifth part of the Annapurna Upanishad. Om Shanti 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 Om.